I'm Haley. Remember me?
I do.
All right,
How
I'm
are
the
you?
nurse.
I feel better.
So what have you done different so far?
So I'm taking my meds on
Okay.
time.
Last time we left, we had set goals for you to take your meds on time,
Yeah,
to have someone in a support group.
yeah,
I know you have your brother who lives close.
yeah.
How's that been?
Good. Good. I love my niece. I don't get to see her as often, but I'm more like myself now.
Good.
So it's good.
Good. All right. So today, can I ask you a few questions? Confidential, everything. Nothing will be said. You trust me
I trust
so
you.
far?
I am in your hands.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just see here you've had some issues with shortness of breath.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about that?
Yeah. So even little things that, I'm still young. I'm walking around and I'm kind of having to catch my breath. And,
Okay.
I shouldn't be having to do that.
Well, I see here you do have, you are diagnosed with COPD.
Yeah.
So you've probably been dealing with that. You know, you have some, of course, some issues with that. It's obviously a side effect is shortness of breath. It
Yeah.
does limit you on some things you do. As if you only being 24 years old, that's hard.
Yeah.
For you to do. Do you try to still stay active with that
I do, but it's tough.
as much as possible?
Yeah, but even
Okay.
like I said, walking is.
I also do see here about you do smoke a lot.
I do.
Can you tell me a little about that?
Yeah. So I've been smoking since I was about 10.
Okay.
And it's
Young
just,
age to start.
It is.
Did anyone get you started on that, or?
Well, I don't know if they got me started, but looking back now,
Yeah.
I can see that being depressed probably put me.
Was that one of your?
Well, I would say that.
Because your depression started at a young age. I mean, you're still young now, only
Yeah.
24.
I'd say I was just looking for a release.
Okay.
10 is an age where you kind of can fall into some stuff pretty easily.
Yeah.
And I think I just was with the wrong crowd, and
So you think that smoking kind of gave you that, I guess, release from your depression, you would say?
yeah, I never really thought about it that way, but
Okay.
I'm young and I have COPD and shortness of breath. So
Exactly. So how much do you usually smoke on a daily basis?
anywhere from a pack to 2 packs.
Okay. I think
A
it's
day.
expensive now too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very
And
expensive.
where do you work at again?
So I work as a contractor,
Okay.
and I do that.
Okay. So, but that too, I mean, do you ever feel when you smoke that you can see right after you're being shortness of breath? Do you kind of feel like that, or do you think it's just overall you're always having shortness of
Well,
breath?
it's hard to say because I smoke every chance I kind of get a second to smoke. So I'm always kind of smoking. Throughout the day, whatever I'm doing, if
Yeah.
I get a chance to have a cigarette, I usually take advantage of
Now,
it.
have you ever tried? You started when you were 10. Have you ever tried to quit within that time?
A couple times.
Okay. How'd that go for you? Want to explain that kind of a little?
Yeah, it didn't go very well,
Okay.
and I think
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
And now that we have my depression under control, I feel like that was such a weight.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to fight both my depression and how I felt, and smoking.
Okay.
And
Which is very understandable.
right, and I've really been struggling on this depression thing for a while, and that's why I think I'm so happy that we got that under control.
Yes.
But now it's almost overwhelming to think about.
It's kind of you get done with one thing and now you're on to the next.
Absolutely.
So I do see you have family around here. Are
Yep.
they kind of a support for you? I
They-
did see your father did pass away, I see, from lung cancer.
Yeah,
Does
and
that
he was a smoker.
Ever affect you at all? Like, how do you feel about him passing away? Now it's hard for you to, you do smoke. Do you ever worry about that?
I do, because I'm 24 and I don't have a dad.
Uh-huh.
And
And I mean, it's hard. I see you have a brother as well and a niece, and I mean, that's harder than everyone.
right,
You
and
know,
I don't have
your mother's
children,
still
but
alive. Yeah.
my niece is.
Do you have a close relationship with her?
I want to have a close relationship, but my brother doesn't want me to be around her while I'm smoking, which I do understand. But like I said, I smoke every chance I get, and so it's kind of a.
So how do you feel about that whole situation of your brother not letting you be around your niece? Do you think it's unfair? Do you understand? You said you did understand, but do you think he's being unrealistic in a sense, or how do you feel about that?
I think I handled my father's death better than he did.
Okay.
And I think that's a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he doesn't want his daughter affected by it. So I don't think it's necessarily unfair. I don't like it,
Yeah.
but I
But
can't
you
blame him
understand
for it.
it.
Absolutely.
Okay. And how much so you say you do spend time with your niece though, as much as you can, as much as he allows you.
Yeah.
How about your mom though? Does she talk to you about it? How does she feel? I mean, she lost her husband.
Yeah.
So it's probably the last thing she doesn't want to,
Right.
you know.
But I think she's so numb to it
Okay.
because her husband, my father, her husband,
Mm-hmm.
smoked always. He was always smoking, and
Sure.
it was from a different generation. I mean,
She's almost used to it at this
yeah.
point.
And
Okay.
so I don't think it's as concerning to her as it is for my brother.
Yeah. So at this point, you said you have tried to quit here and there. So have you thought recently about trying to quit, or has it been?
I mean, I am now. Now that
Okay.
we're kind of chit chatting about it.
I bet your niece plays a big role into that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to
So
see
do you
her
think pros and cons wise, obviously a pro of smoking is you've done it for how many years? Do you have any other pros of smoking, any other cons of smoking?
Well, it calms me down,
Okay.
which again has been a big deal with my depression and getting that under control. My brother, he would be happier.
Okay.
It would allow me to be a better role model for my niece and
That's definitely a pro.
just be healthier. I mean,
Okay.
like I said, at 24, I shouldn't be so short of breath
Shortness of breath
on little
and-
things that I'm doing.
Exactly. But I mean, it does, how you said it calms you down, especially with your depression. Have you ever thought of other ways you can cope with that? Because, just cutting off smoking, all of a sudden, you got to figure out some way to cope with it. It's not as easy as saying it. Have you
Right.
thought of other ideas you could do?
Yeah, I mean, I could work out.
Okay.
That's something
I was a
that,
stress reliever.
yeah, well, and just keeps me busy.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times I can smoke just because I'm bored and I want
Mhm.
something to do. So maybe even just I can play more Xbox.
Okay.
I'm a
I
good
mean,
Xbox
hey,
player. I just need
whatever
something to
Whatever
keep me
works.
busy.
Okay.
Okay. And maybe get all the cigarettes out of my.
Okay, just so because with smoking, not to lecture you or anything, but it does have long-term effects as well. Right now, you have the shortness of breath. It could be due to the smoking. It could be due to the COPD. You also do have that, I guess, that hardship because you do have also the COPD plus smoking.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the heart attacks, the strokes, and you want to be around there for your niece. And like you even said, that's a pro for you, is you want to be there for her.
Right.
And be there in things that she can do. So you said you can work out, exercise. Have you ever set maybe like a goal to do? Like, okay, maybe you're not gonna one day stop smoking, because that's hard to do. Just all of a sudden stop smoking. Have you thought maybe like I'll take a week and stop smoking? Or have you ever thought of ideas you could do there?
No, but that's a good idea.
Yeah. So what kind of things do you think maybe, besides for how you said the working out and everything, what kind of things do you think would be beneficial? Like what kind of goals do you think you could set? Realistic goals.
So I think, and then if I could even just get it under a pack a day.
Okay.
I mean, if we could gradually,
Mm-hmm.
because like you said, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
That's really tough on me. But
And so I think overall today, I mean, you're smart, that smoking, it is against your health. It's just, if it's not shortness of breath, it's affecting your COPD, your job, you're always going. It's one way or another, it's going to affect your health. But I think overall, you kind of came in here not even thinking of it as an issue. And I think, do you think maybe now you kind of realize, like you said, maybe cutting back on smoking would be a good idea?
yeah, and it helps too, because I've tried to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, now that my depression's under control, I think that's going to be helpful. But even just coming up with a plan with somebody that's done this before. I mean, I'm just making this stuff up as I go. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's a key thing, is if you make up a plan and actually have set goals to reach towards. Sometimes like, okay, I'm going to stop smoking. Well, okay, that's just kind of a broad thing. You've smoked every day since, you were 10 years old. That's kind of an unrealistic goal to have. Like you said, so you think we're going to meet next Friday.
Okay.
And you think by then you could try to do it down, maybe even a pack and a half a day.
Okay.
Think that'd be realistic to say? So even if you're at your job, you still have to smoke, that's understandable. But maybe, and you even can maybe tell your brother that you're thinking about doing this, and maybe he could be a motivation. Or also
Sure.
your mom, of course, you probably support that,
Sure.
especially dealing with the loss of your father, and
Yeah.
see how that goes. So next Friday we'll meet back here, and if it doesn't go through, but we'll try to set that goal of pack and a half a day.
Okay.
Okay?
And can I tell my girlfriend that